Hey guys, how are you? Thank you so much for being with me. Sorry it took me a little bit. I'm over here in Round Table Pizza. Michael, what did I tell you about that? Okay, thank you, man. I'm over here in Round Table Pizza here. So if you hear a little background noise, I have to make good on a promise that I made here to my two boys. Okay, Micah, say hello. Malachi, say hello.
Hello. Hey. Hello, family.
Yeah, Micah got himself on the blue tonight, so that's why we're here. I promised him pizza, so that's why we're here in the pizza place. But nonetheless, though, hey, take a look at Matthew chapter 1. Matthew chapter 1. We're going to talk about Rahab some more. Now, you remember last week, if you were with me, we talked about Rahab and specifically Rahab's current condition. Her current condition, she had a certain perspective on life. She had a certain position in life. And all of those things ultimately revealed her passion in life, which was her family. Her position, or current position, was harlotry. Her perspective was high up because she had a house on the hill. She could see things like nobody else could see. But her passion was her family. She had to get them out. But have you ever asked yourself what happened to Rahab? Maybe, maybe not. But you may have asked yourself, hey, whatever happened to that one person, or whatever became of that individual? I want to share with you this just brief thought here from Matthew chapter 1 regarding the position of Rahab. And I want you to think about the past, the present, and the future. The past, present, and the future. But first, listen to this particular passage here. Matthew chapter 1, and here's where it goes. You listen to Malachi?
Yep.
Are you listening to Micah? All right, here's what it says. I'll read to you from the King James Version of the Bible. The book of the generations of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. Jacob begot Judas and his brethren. Judas begot Phares and Zerah of Thamar. Phares begot Esrom. Esrom begot Aram. Aram begot Aminadab. Aminadab begot Nahshon. Nahshon begot Salmon. Salmon begot Boaz of Rechab, or some versions say Rahab. Hey, how are you? Good. Good. Go ahead, guys. Order your pizza, please. Personal pizzas, and I'm gonna get some wings here.
I would like some fries.
And verse number 6 says, Jesse begot David the king. Or excuse me, verse 5. Let me read that again. And Salmon begot Boaz of Rahab, and Boaz begot Obed of Ruth, and Obed begot Jesse. Jesse begot the king David, who begot Salmon and the wife of Uriah. Skip down to verse number 17. And Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, whom was born Jesus, who is also called the Christ. Hold on, excuse me a sec. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He wants fries.
No, yeah, that's fries is fine for him. Okay. And then he's got a personal pizza, and I'm gonna get the wings and a small combination pizza. Can you do that?
Yeah, the small original pan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
One more thing. Hold on. I'm done. Your wings, flavor.
No, barbecue's fine.
Bone in?
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So watch this. So what we find here in verse number 6 specifically is that Rahab, or excuse me, not verse 6, verse number 5, is that Rahab is akin to Jesus Christ. Verse 5 says Rahab later on ultimately married Salmon. Salmon had a child with Salmon begot Boaz, so that lets us know that Rahab and Salmon had a child. Watch this. What wind up happening with Rahab because of her faith is it pushed her into a future life that was much better than her past. And because of because of the faith that Rahab had, what occurred was Rahab was able to influence her family down the road, especially people that she did not even know or see. Now, later on in the book of Hebrews, I think around about chapter 11, I believe it is, don't quote me on it, Rahab is eventually quoted as being in the Hall of Faith. So what am I saying? Your past. If you live in your past, there are going to be times when you're going to look at life just pass you by. And I don't know if you've ever known somebody, and somebody just kind of holler back at me if you've known someone who's kind of stayed in their past. You knew them in high school. They were cool in high school. They were appealing in high school. But as time went on, they kind of stayed doing the same things that they did in high school. They had the same mindset as they had in high school. They had the same, they hung out with the same people, were still attracted to the same things that they were in high school. They still doing the same things that they were doing in their past. In essence, they're living in their past. Listen to me closer. There is no future in your past. There is nothing there for you. Rahab seemed to understand this. Her past life now, that's what we're talking about when we get over here, when we're talking about when she married Salmon and had a son named Boaz, her past life could no longer affect her. Now, let me be clear. Her past life is certainly a part of her, but her past life is not where she was living. Rahab, the wife of Boaz, was not still practicing harlotry. Not Rahab, the wife of Boaz, Rahab, the wife of Salmon, the mother of Boaz, was not still practicing harlotry. Rahab was learning, yes, right, Angelica, she was learning to move forward, and as she moved forward, her life experiences helped shape Boaz, her son, and in turn helped shape the future King David, and in turn, even later on down the line, helped shape Jesus Christ. Are you living in the past? Are you living in first, second, or third grade? Are you still living in high school or stuff that you did in college? Or have you moved on from the past and moved to your future? Your past, your present, and your future. Now watch this. Currently, when we look at verse number 5, Rahab and Salmon, who birthed Obed or who birthed Boaz, are not really mentioned about a lot when you look at the book when you look at the story of Boaz. You can find Boaz's story in the book of Ruth. Beautiful story. Take a look at it. He does some phenomenal stuff. But here's the thing. Watch this. Boaz is heavily shaped. Hi, Mary. How are you? Well, Boaz is heavily shaped by the influences of Salmon and Rahab, his mother and father. But we do not hear a lot about either one of them. This is an amazing thing as they have developed on to moving to the background, but yet shaping the future. Watch this. When Rahab was working in the profession she was, the particular profession and people who came to her made it all about her. But what we come to find out is that as she grew up, the life and the story was no longer just about her herself. All of her being appears to seem to go into raising her son. And in doing so, all of her being also includes being a good wife to Salmon. What am I saying? There will come a point when you will move past just being individualized. Everything's just about you. Everything is focused on getting you out. And then your perspective opens up even more. Now, we learned last week that Rahab's perspective was about family. We knew that. But I'm of the belief that her perspective even opened up even more as she had a son. Now what she's trying to do is she's trying to shape her family, shape her lineage, shape them and put them in the best possible places she can so that they can succeed. There has to be a point in time in your life when you move past your present, move past your past into your present, and try and shape the lives of the people who are connected to you. She did that with her family, but now it's about pushing the future generation. Yes, sir.
But you know how you said about the way that she was?
Yeah.
Like, if you're in college, but how you could still switch your actions if you like don't believe, and like when you're growing up,
Yeah.
you like change, you develop into.
Yeah, you change and you grow up. Yes. Absolutely correct. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to develop. You're not supposed to be doing what Malachi is doing, right? Malachi, how old are you, man? Malachi, you're 4 years old. You were 4 years old. Now you're going to be 7.
I am 7.
Or excuse me, you are 7. Oh,
I'm
Lord
gonna
have mercy.
turn
That means
8.
almost. Okay. The point is this. You're not supposed to be doing what he's doing now. Got that? You're supposed to be moving on. Rahab was the same thing. Rahab moved on. She developed. She grew. She matured. Her past shaped her. Her present motivated her to become a great mother. But take a look at her future.
Honey.
Her future. Hey, Grandma, honey, how are you?
Honey.
Her future right here led her to be not only being a great wife, not only being a great mother, but her future led her to being a ancestor, or if I can use the word, one of the mothers of Jesus Christ. Who's coming up in your lineage? Who's coming up in your line? Who's coming up that's shaped by you? Think about this. Who is depending on your actions right now? Who is depending on your faith right now? Who is the person that is going to benefit the most from you? Chances are pretty great if you're like Rahab, you haven't met them. Chances are pretty great if you're like Rahab, you might not meet them. But I guarantee you this. If you take your situation that you have gone from in the past, no matter how tough it was, no matter how stern it was, you may have been in a situation where your life was less than desirable. You may have been in a position where you have been through things that you don't really want to express to everyone all the time. But if you take the time to take your past, use your faith in God to move you into your present and onto your future, I guarantee when you look at your future from the end of your life or even in heaven, wherever you're at, when you look at your future, you will be far better off than where you were in the past.
So are you saying so if you doing the things that God where you say, oh, I'm gonna do what the teacher says, but 5 minutes ago it's home time. Are you saying that when you do the stuff that, for example, if I went home and I did that I did good things at school, but when I'm at home I bad?
What I'm saying is, when you look back, you should not be doing the same things that you were doing in kindergarten or TK in your case. You should be moving on. Right now you can add, you can count, you can spell. You shouldn't be doing that. When you become a grown man, you shouldn't be doing the things that you were doing as a child.
You can't do, say I was an adult right now.
Yes.
And say I was at school. I was in TK, okay? But then I look back at my past where I was.
Yes.
Where I was, I can't keep on doing the same things again.
Absolutely.
Because they might get me in trouble.
You are absolutely correct, and they will stunt your growth. And that's what Rahab did. Rahab's faith brought her from her past to her present, and from her present, it birthed a beautiful future. And in her future, there was Jesus Christ, who is in your future. That's depending on your faith right now. All right, let's pray together. Mally, give me your hand. We're going to pray. Micah, give me your hand.
I just need to go down.
All right, here we go. Mally, give me your hand, son. All right. No. Lord, I thank you today. Thank you for allowing us this opportunity to study your word. Please lead us and guide us even now. Bless the food that's on its way out here. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
And the joke for today is, what did the pudding say? If you don't know, the answer is, I am putting myself away.
Thank you, Michael, for the joke. All right, everybody, have a good night. Thank you so much for being with me. Stay blessed. Again, take a look at Rahab, Matthew chapter 1. Look at the whole thing. And look at her in the book of Hebrews too. Fantastic. Past, present, and future. Amazing.
I am intelligent. Someone said, ha ha.